Hello everyone, welcome to this session, and today we are going to discuss the MOSFET circuits at DC. So let us first start with the drain feedback bias. So over here, if you see carefully, the RG resistor, one terminal is connected at the drain, other terminal is connected at the gate terminal. So the current flowing through the gate terminal is IG. The current flowing through the drain terminal is ID. So the current flowing through the resistor RD is ID plus IG. And this configuration is called as drain feedback bias. Now, if we apply the KVL to the gate source loop, what do we get? We get VDD minus ID plus IG into RD minus IG RG minus VGS is equal to 0. So for a MOSFET, we know that the gate current is 0. So the equation will be simplified as follows. VDD minus IDRD minus VGS equal to 0. So VGS will be equal to VDD minus ID times RD. Now for enhancement type MOSFET NMOS, the drain current is given by the following relation. ID is equal to Kn times VGS minus VTN the whole square. And next we apply the KVL at the drain source loop. So what do we get? VDD minus IG plus ID into RD minus VDS equal to 0. Okay. And since IG is 0, we are not considering it over here. So VDS value will be VDD minus IDRD. Now we see that VGS is also equal to VDD minus IDRD. Hence, for the drain feedback bias, we have VGS and VDS same, equal to given by VDD minus IDRD. Now, if we want to determine the Q point graphically, first we need to write the load line equation. And what is the load line equation? VGS equal to VDD minus IDRD. That is the load line equation. And now if we substitute VGS equal to 0, ID will be VDD upon RD. So first point coordinate will be 0, VDD upon RD. Then next we substitute ID equal to 0. So VGS will be equal to VDD. So the second point coordinate will be VDD, 0. And next we draw the DC load line with these 2 points and also draw the transfer curve for enhancement type MOSFET. So the green one over here is my transfer curve and the red one is the DC load line marked by joining the 2 coordinates. The intersection of the DC load line and the transfer curve gives us the Q point, which is IDQ, VGSQ. So this is how we can find the Q point graphically. Now let us solve one numerical based on the analytical method. So in this numerical number 1, we have to find the current ID, voltage VGS, and the voltage VDS. Also, we need to determine the region of operation for the given device shown in the circuit. Okay. And the MOSFET parameters given over here are ID on is 6 milliamperes, VGS on is 8 volts, VGS TH is 3 volt. That is the threshold voltage is 3 volt. And the value of RD and RG are given as 2 kilo ohms and 1 mega ohm. The supply voltage VDD is around 12 volts. So let's begin with the solution. So the Kn formula, which is given as, it is given by the ID on divided by VGS on minus VGS TH the whole square. Okay. So ID on is given as 6, VGS on is 8, and VGS TH is 3. So you plug in all the values, you will get value of Kn as 0.24 milliampere per volt square. Now, VGS is given by VDD minus IDRD for drain feedback bias. We have just now seen that. So over here, we substitute the value of VDD. ID is we have to find out. RD value is given as 2 kilo ohm. So VGS equal to 12 minus ID times 2000 is my equation number 1. Now we assume that the given MOSFET is working in the saturation region. So the formula is given by ID is equal to Kn times VGS minus VGS TH the whole square. So Kn value is 0.24 milli and VGS TH is 3. So we get equation number 2 over here. Now, if you carefully look at equation number 1 and 2, there are 2 unknowns. One is VGS, other is ID. So what we do is we substitute equation number 2 in 1. So what do we get? VGS is equal to 12 minus 2000 into 0.24 into 10 raised to minus 3. So that number will be 0.48 into VGS minus 3 the whole square. So you open this up and calculate it analytically. You will get the quadratic equation in VGS. So it will be 0.48 VGS square minus 1.88 VGS minus 7.68 is equal to 0. So solving the above quadratic equation gives VGS as 6.41 volt or VGS equal to minus 2.49. Now which value to select? You have to select the value of VGS which is greater than VGS-TH, and that value is 6.41. So we select that value. Next, we calculate the value of ID because now the VGS value is available and the Kn is also available. So plug in the values in the calculator and you will get ID as 2.79 milliamperes. Also, for a drain feedback bias, VGS and VDS are same, and VGS is equal to 6.41. So VDS is also the same value. Now let's check the condition whether the given MOSFET is working in the saturation region or no. So for the NMOS enhancement type MOSFET to work in the saturation region, there are two conditions to be satisfied. First is VGS minus VGS-TH. VDS should be greater than VGS minus VGS-TH. And the second condition is VGS should be greater than VGS-TH, which is the threshold voltage. So over here, VDS is 6.41 and VGS minus VGS-TH is 3.41. So definitely VDS is greater than VGS minus VGS-TH. Also, VGS is greater than VGS-TH. That is 6.41 is greater than 3 volt. Hence, we can say that the given NMOS device is working in the saturation region. Now, what we will do is let us build a circuit in LTSpice and check the values analytically. So I'll open the LTSpice window and I'll keep the circuit also open over here. So we'll go to the library, component library, and we'll type NMOS. So this is the N channel MOSFET transistor. So we place it onto the screen. And now we require the registers. So one register will be here, other register will be somewhere around here. Okay. So next, what do we do is, let me just move this slightly up. We also require a voltage. So here is the voltage. We'll place it onto the screen, and now we join them together. So here it is. So these are the output connections, and for the gate side connections, we will be doing it like this. Yeah. Now we have to connect the ground. So here the ground will come. So we add the ground over here. So the circuit connections are complete. We have to label them properly now. So let me reduce this and let me increase this. Yeah. So this is RG. And the value is around, what is the value? 1 mega ohm. 1 MEG, capital MEG we have to write for mega. You cannot write 1 M. It will consider to be 1 milli. Then the register, this is RD, and this value is around 2 kilo ohm. The supply voltage is VDD, and the value is given as around 12 volt. Now we have to select this NMOS, rename it as NMOS1, and we have to write the dot model statement. So to write the dot model statement, what we will do is right click, go to draft, go to Spice directive. And here we start writing the dot model statement. So we'll write dot model NMOS1, our name which we have given, then the reserve word NMOS, and in bracket, the threshold voltage is written as VTO. So threshold voltage is 3 volt, and also the value of Kn. Now Kn is calculated as 0.24, but internally over here, it considers Kn dash, and Kn dash has to be, it is actually Kn by 2. So what we have to do is, we have to write it as Kp, consider it as Kp, and we have to consider twice the value of this, because the two signs come over here. I'll explain that in a moment. So this will be 0.48 e raised to minus 3. That is, e into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is by dot model statement. Now let me explain it to you why we have considered twice. So let me add a comment over here. So equation ID is given by Kn times VGS minus VTO the whole square. Okay, so we write the whole square. So this can be written as Kn, internally can be written as Kn dash divided by 2 into W by L into mu n Cox into VGS minus VTH or VTO, the whole square. Okay, so over here, the internally the Kn value is Kn by 2. So whenever we, this value which we have found out, it's actually Kn by 2. So internally, whenever we want to write, we have to write it in this form. Kp as twice as it is internally written as Kp, and we have to consider twice the value to adjust the two half sign. The half digit. Sorry, the half number which comes inside. Okay, and now we are ready to simulate. So we'll click on simulate, click on run. We click on the DC operating point and click on OK. And now we can determine all the values by going to view and the spice error log. So this is my value of ID and VGS which is coming. So as you can see, VGS value is 6.41. It is coming 6.41, and ID value is 2.79 milliamperes. It is coming 2.79. Also, the VDS and VGS value are same. As you can see, it is equal to 6.41. So in this fashion, and VTH is 3 volt, which we have defined. Okay. So in this fashion, we can determine the value, easily determine and verify the values of DC current and voltages in case of your DC biasing circuit. Okay. So let's move on to the next numerical now. So this is how we can easily do this in LT Spice. So let's move on to the next numericals. So the next numericals are based on depletion type MOSFET. So we won't be able to do that in LT Spice because in LT Spice there is only enhancement mode MOSFET available, not the depletion mode MOSFET. So we will be checking out the numerical over here. So numerical number 2 says that this is the circuit given to us. It's a depletion type MOSFET. And over here, IDQ, VGSQ and VDSQ we have to find out. And these are the circuit parameters given to us. The depletion MOSFET parameters are IDS is equal to 10 milliamperes, VP is equal to -4. So if you know how to solve the JFET DC analysis, the depletion type MOSFET analysis is also similar to your JFET. So here this configuration is a zero bias employing the depletion type MOSFET. Why zero bias? Because source terminal is grounded and gate terminal is also almost zero because IG is 0. So this configuration is a zero bias employing the depletion mode MOSFET. So let us start analyzing it. So let's say we apply the KVL to the gate source loop. What do we get? Minus IG RG minus VGS is equal to 0. So over here, the MOSFET, for MOSFET, the IG is 0 because of the presence of oxide layer, okay, between the metal and between the gate and the substrate. Therefore, we can write VGS is equal to 0. Okay. And now we assume that the given MOSFET is operating in the saturation region. So ID will be given by IDSS into 1 minus VGS upon VP, the whole square. Now, since the VGS value is 0, so we will write ID is equal to IDSS into 1 square. So that means ID will be equal to IDSS, that will be equal to 10 milliamperes. So our Q point will be VGS comma IDQ, which is 0 comma 10 milliamperes. And now we apply the KVL to the drain source loop. Let us look into it. So it will be VDD minus IDRD minus VDS is equal to 0. So let us go back. Yeah, VDD minus IDRD minus VDS is equal to 0. So VDS will be equal to VDD minus IDRD. You plug in all the values, you will get the value of VDS as 5 volt. So we got the value of VGS, which is 0, got the value of ID, which is 10 milliamperes, and we now got the value of VDS, which is 5 volt. Now, let's say we want to determine the Q point graphically. So first we determine the load line equation, which is given by VGS equal to 0. So your load line will be lying on the y-axis over here, the red color line. And then we draw the transfer curve, which is the green color point. So whenever the transfer curve intersects the DC load line, we have the Q point. So this is the intersection is over here is 0 comma IDSS. That's the point. Okay. So this is how we obtain the Q point for a zero bias circuit employing the depletion MOSFET. Now, let us go to the next numerical. So before going to the next numerical, we will see the self bias circuit using NMOS depletion mode transistor. So here the depletion mode MOSFET parameters are IDSS and VP. The analysis is exactly similar to what we have done in JFET. Okay. Only thing is that your VGS can take positive values also. So over here, the given circuit is a self bias employing the depletion MOSFET. So applying the KVL to the gate source loop gives us minus IGRG minus VGS minus IDRS is equal to 0 over here. But for MOSFET, IG is 0 because of the presence of oxide layer. So VGS will be equal to IDRS. And now we assume that the given MOSFET is operating in the saturation region. So ID will be given by IDSS into 1 minus VGS upon VP the whole square. Okay. And next we apply the KVL at the drain source loop. We get VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IDRS is equal to 0. So that's what we have written over here. So from here we rearrange the terms in terms of VDS on the left hand side. So right hand side terms will be VDD minus ID times RD plus RS. Now here, in order to determine the Q point graphically, first we write the load line equation, which is VGS equal to minus IDRS. Now over here in this equation, we put ID equal to 0. So VGS will come equal to 0. For first point will be 0, 0. Next we substitute ID equal to IDSS by 4. So VGS will become as minus IDSS by 4 into RS. So the second point coordinate will be minus IDSS by 4 into RS, comma IDSS by 4. Next, we draw the transfer curve for depletion type MOSFET. So now we have these 2 points. So obviously the RS value and the IDSS value will be given. So the second point coordinate will be numbers. So once we have the 2 points, we can plot the DC load line. And this is how the transfer curve, the green color one of your depletion, mode NMOS will look like. And this is the DC load line, the red color. Okay, so whenever there is an intersection of the DC load line and the transfer curve, we get the Q point. Okay, so this is how the analysis of self-biasing circuit looks like. Now let us move on to numerical number 3. So numerical number 3, we have a voltage divider bias employing depletion MOSFET. So here we have to find the value of IDQ, VGSQ and VDSQ. The depletion MOSFET parameters are IDSS equal to 6 milliamperes and VP is equal to -3. So here the value of R1, R2, RD, RS are given and the supply voltage is given as 18 volt. So let us look into details. So your given circuit is a voltage divider bias. Your VG will be given by R2 divided by R1 plus R2 into VDD over here. So your VG value will come out to be 1.5 volt. Next is VGS is given by VG minus VS and VS is IDRS. In the circuit, VS is IDRS. So VGS will be given by 1.5 minus ID times 750. RS value is 750. This we call it equation number 1. Now we assume that the given device is working in the saturation region. Hence ID will be equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS upon VP. So over here the VP value is given as -3. So in this we'll get a modified equation. ID is equal to 6 milli into 1 plus VGS upon 3 the whole square. So we have this equation number 2. If you look carefully in the equation number 1 and 2, we find that there are 2 unknowns, ID and VGS. So we have to solve these 2 equations simultaneously. So what do? Is we put equation number 2 in 1. So putting equation number 2 in 1 will get VGS is equal to 1.5 into 750 into 6 milliamperes into 1 plus VGS upon 3 the whole square. So 750 into 6 milliamperes is 4.5 and we open this quadratic, square terms. So you will get a quadratic equation in terms of VGS, which will be 0.5 VGS square plus 4 VGS minus 3 is equal to 0. So if you solve the above quadratic equation, we'll get VGS equal to minus 0.8377 volt or VGS equal to minus 7.16 volt. So which value you will select? You will select a value which is greater than VGS value, which is greater than VP. And over here, VP is -3. So minus 0.8377 is greater than that. Hence we select this value. Once we know the value of VGS, we calculate the value of ID. So plug in all the values, you will get the value of ID as 3.11 milliamperes. Next, we apply the KVL to the drain source loop. So let me show you the output loop. So it will be VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IDRS is equal to 0. So let us look into detail over here. Yeah. So VDS will be equal to VDD minus ID times RAD plus RS. So you plug in all the values, you will get the value of VDS as 10.07 volt. Now, in case if you want to determine the Q point graphically, first we have to write the load line equation. And over here, the load line equation is given by this expression. VGS is equal to VG minus IDRS. So if we substitute VGS equal to 0, ID will be VG upon RS. So first point coordinate will be 0, VG divided by RS. Secondly, if we substitute ID equal to 0, VGS will be equal to VG. So second point will be VG, 0. So we have the 2 points, we can draw a DC load line. Next, we plot the transfer curve on the graph paper. So this is how it looks like. If you plot the DC load line, you have two coordinates, VG, 0 and 0, VG upon RS. And the transfer curve, the intersection of the transfer curve and the DC load line will give us the Q point, which is VGSQ and IDQ. So this is how we can find the Q point graphically by plotting the transfer curve and the DC load line on the graph paper. So that's all about numerical number 3. And yeah, when we have come to the end of this session of MOSFET circuits at DC voltages. Okay, so that's it for this session. Next time we will start with the design of MOSFET circuits, DC circuits. So until then, have a good day and thank you.